Have you ever noticed how walking up the stairs has become harder lately? Or maybe you found yourself grabbing the railing more often than you used to. I want to share something with you that might explain why. Last month I visited my dear friend Eleanor. At 68, she'd always been vibrant and independent. But when I arrived, I found her sitting in her favorite chair, afraid to stand up. "My legs just aren't what they used to be," she whispered, her eyes filling with tears. "The doctor says it's just age." But is it really just age? Or could something you're taking every morning actually be making your legs weaker? What if I told you that some of the vitamins sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, the ones you faithfully take thinking they're helping you, might actually be sabotaging your strength and balance? I've spent the last 15 years researching senior health, and what I discovered about certain vitamins shocked me to my core. These aren't obscure supplements. They're common vitamins that doctors often recommend. Today I'm going to reveal the 7 vitamins many seniors take that could be weakening your legs without you even knowing it, and I'll share what you can do instead to keep your independence and mobility. Stay with me until the very end, because the last vitamin I'll discuss is one that nearly 80% of seniors take daily, and almost no one realizes the damage it could be doing when taken incorrectly. Vitamin number 1, vitamin A supplements. Have you ever reached for a vitamin A supplement, thinking it would boost your vision and immune system? That small pill might be causing more harm than good. Meet Frank, a 73-year-old retired teacher who lives down my street. Every morning, Frank took a high-dose vitamin A supplement along with his breakfast. "For my eyes," he'd say with a smile. But after 6 months, Frank noticed something strange. His legs felt heavier, and muscle pain became his constant companion. Here's why this happens. Vitamin A in high doses can actually become toxic in our bodies. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that wash away when we have too much, vitamin A is fat-soluble. It builds up in our tissues over time. When levels get too high, it can interfere with vitamin D absorption, which we desperately need for muscle strength and bone health. Medical research has shown that vitamin A toxicity can cause muscle weakness, joint pain, and even bone fragility, especially in our legs, which bear the weight of our bodies all day long. The solution isn't to avoid vitamin A completely. It's essential for our health. Instead, focus on getting it naturally through food. Sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and other colorful vegetables provide the right amount without the risk of overload. If you're currently taking a vitamin A supplement, talk to your doctor about whether you actually need it. Many multivitamins already contain vitamin A, so taking an additional supplement might push you into the danger zone without you realizing it. Check your labels carefully. Have you ever experienced unexplained muscle weakness after starting a new supplement? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else who's struggling with the same issue. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Vitamin number 2, excessive vitamin E. When Susan, my 67-year-old neighbor, started taking high-dose vitamin E supplements after reading about their anti-aging benefits online, she had no idea she was setting herself up for trouble. 3 months later, during our weekly walking group, Susan stumbled and fell. "My legs just gave out," she told me from her hospital bed. "It's like they turned to jelly." What Susan didn't know is that vitamin E in high doses can work against your body's natural blood clotting abilities. This might sound unrelated to leg strength, but here's the connection. Proper circulation is essential for muscle function. When vitamin E thins your blood too much, it can reduce oxygen delivery to your leg muscles, leaving them weak and unresponsive. Studies have found that doses exceeding 400 IU daily can increase the risk of all-cause mortality and may interfere with medications many seniors take, including blood thinners and cholesterol medications. The weakening effect can be especially pronounced in the legs, where circulation is already challenged by gravity and distance from the heart. Instead of high-dose supplements, embrace foods naturally rich in vitamin E. Nuts, seeds, avocados, and olive oil provide the perfect amount your body can properly use. If you're currently taking vitamin E supplements, don't stop suddenly. Talk to your healthcare provider about gradually reducing the dose. A simple way to check if you might be getting too much If you bruise more easily than you used to, or if small cuts seem to bleed longer, these could be warning signs of excessive vitamin E intake affecting your blood's clotting ability. Have you noticed changes in your stability or strength after starting vitamin supplements? Type yes in the comments. If this information has made you reconsider what's in your medicine cabinet, sometimes what we think is helping might actually be holding us back. Vitamin number TREAD, synthetic vitamin D2. Picture this: James, a 70-year-old retired mailman, faithfully took his doctor-prescribed vitamin D supplement every morning. "For my bones," he'd tell everyone. Yet despite his dedication, James found himself growing unsteady on his feet. During a checkup, his doctor was puzzled by his declining muscle strength despite the vitamin D supplementation. The problem: James was taking vitamin D2 ergocalciferol, the synthetic form often prescribed by doctors, instead of vitamin D3 chalciferol, which is the form your body naturally produces when sunlight touches your skin. This distinction matters tremendously for your leg strength. Your body utilizes vitamin D3 up to 3 times more effectively than D2. When you take D2, you might think you're supporting your muscles and bones, but you're actually giving your body a less usable form that doesn't provide the same benefits. Scientific research has revealed that vitamin D3 is significantly more effective at raising and maintaining vitamin D levels in the blood. It's essential for calcium absorption, which directly impacts bone density. But even more importantly for your legs, vitamin D is critical for muscle fiber growth and strength. Without enough usable vitamin D, muscles gradually weaken, particularly in the legs, which contain some of the largest muscle groups in your body. The simplest solution is to check your vitamin D supplement label. If it says ergocalciferol or vitamin D2, consider switching to one that specifically states chalcalciferol or vitamin D3. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making the switch, especially if the D2 was prescribed for a specific reason. For enhanced absorption, take your vitamin D3 with a meal containing healthy fats, as it's fat-soluble and needs those fats to properly enter your bloodstream. And don't forget that brief, safe sun exposure, about 10-15 minutes a few times weekly, depending on your skin tone and location, helps your body produce vitamin D3 naturally. James eventually switched to vitamin D3 and added a 10-minute morning walk in the sunshine to his routine. Within 2 months, his leg strength had noticeably improved. "I feel like I've turned back the clock," he told me, with a new spring in his step. Have you checked what form of vitamin D you're taking? Or have you noticed a difference when switching from D2 to D3? Share your experience in the comments below. Your insight could be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Vitamin number 4, isolated calcium supplements. Martha, a gentle 75-year-old grandmother, was diligent about her calcium supplements. "For my bones," she'd say as she swallowed her calcium carbonate tablet with breakfast each morning. What Martha didn't realize was that while she thought she was strengthening her skeleton, she might have been weakening her mobility. The truth about isolated calcium supplements might surprise you. When taken alone without the proper cofactors, calcium can end up depositing in soft tissues and blood vessels instead of strengthening your bones. This can lead to increased arterial stiffness and reduced blood flow to leg muscles, directly impacting your strength and mobility. Even more concerning, studies have linked isolated calcium supplementation to increased risk of heart issues in seniors. One major study found that women taking calcium supplements had a 22% higher risk of heart attacks compared to those who didn't take supplements. The science behind this is fascinating. Calcium needs partners to be properly utilized by your body. Without vitamin D, vitamin K2, and magnesium, calcium doesn't know where to go. Vitamin K2 is particularly important as it helps direct calcium into your bones and teeth and away from joints and arteries where it can cause problems. Instead of isolated calcium supplements, focus on these better alternatives. First, consider a comprehensive bone support formula that includes calcium along with vitamins D3, K2, and magnesium. This combination helps ensure that calcium goes where it's needed, your bones, not your soft tissues. Second, embrace calcium-rich foods that naturally contain some of these cofactors: dairy products, sardines with bones, dark leafy greens, and almonds. Martha eventually switched to a comprehensive bone support formula and added more calcium-rich foods to her diet. 6 months later, not only had her bone density improved, but she also noticed better leg strength when climbing stairs, something she had been struggling with before. If you're currently taking a calcium-only supplement, don't stop abruptly. Talk to your healthcare provider about transitioning to a more balanced approach that supports proper calcium utilization. Have you ever wondered if your calcium supplement is actually helping or harming your mobility? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's learn from each other's experiences. Vitamin number Zinc. Iron when not deficient. Richard, a 65-year-old retiree, believed more was better when it came to supplements. After reading that iron was essential for energy, he started taking an iron supplement daily alongside his multivitamin. Within months, Richard began experiencing unusual fatigue and weakness in his legs that made his daily walks increasingly difficult. What Richard didn't realize is that iron supplementation can be harmful when you're not actually deficient. After age 60, our iron requirements often decrease, and many seniors actually risk iron overload rather than deficiency. This is particularly true for men and postmenopausal women who no longer lose iron through menstruation. Excess iron acts like a free radical in your body, causing oxidative stress and inflammation. It can accumulate in your muscles, including those in your legs, interfering with normal muscle function and energy production. Research has shown that elevated iron levels are associated with greater fatigue and reduced physical performance in older adults. What makes this particularly dangerous is that the symptoms of iron overload, fatigue, joint pain, and weakness often mimic the symptoms of aging. So many seniors and even doctors miss the connection to iron supplementation. The solution is surprisingly simple. Before taking iron supplements, get your levels checked. A simple blood test measuring ferritin, your iron storage protein, can tell you if you truly need supplemental iron. Many doctors don't routinely check this unless specifically requested, so be your own advocate. If you're currently taking iron supplements without a confirmed deficiency, consult your healthcare provider about whether you should continue. Don't stop suddenly on your own, as this could affect other aspects of your health. For most seniors with adequate iron levels, focus on maintaining them through diet rather than supplements. Lean meats, beans, and lentils provide iron in forms less likely to cause overload. If you do need supplemental iron, consider taking it every other day rather than daily, which research suggests may be better for absorption while reducing overload risk. After Richard discovered his iron levels were actually high, he stopped his supplements under his doctor's guidance. Within weeks, he felt stronger, and the heaviness in his legs began to subside. Has fatigue or leg weakness ever led you to take supplements without testing? Share your story in the comments. You might help someone connect the dots in their own health journey. Vitamin number C. Zinc without copper. Ellen, a vibrant 69-year-old, started taking high-dose zinc supplements during cold and flu season. For my immune system, she explained. But 3 months later, Ellen noticed something troubling. Her legs felt weak and unsteady, and she developed a strange tingling sensation in her feet. What Ellen didn't know is that taking zinc without balanced copper can lead to copper deficiency, with serious consequences for your nervous system and muscle function. This mineral relationship is like a seesaw. When zinc goes up, copper goes down. When you take high doses of zinc for extended periods, you can inadvertently push your copper levels too low. Copper plays a crucial role in nerve function and energy production in your cells. When levels fall too low, you can develop neuropathy, nerve damage that often starts in the legs and feet. This can feel like tingling, numbness, or weakness, especially when standing or walking. Copper deficiency can also impair the function of your mitochondria, the powerhouses in your cells that generate energy for your muscles. Studies have found that adults taking 50 milligrams or more of zinc daily without copper supplementation can develop neurological symptoms within months. Unfortunately, these symptoms can sometimes be permanent if not addressed quickly enough. The solution isn't to avoid zinc, it's an essential mineral for immune function and healing. Instead, follow these guidelines. First, if you take zinc supplements, keep the dose modest, typically no more than 25 milligrams daily for short periods, unless specifically directed otherwise by your healthcare provider. Second, consider a zinc supplement that includes copper in the proper ratio, approximately 10:1 zinc to copper, or take a separate copper supplement. if you're on higher dose zinc therapy. Third, focus on food sources that naturally contain both minerals in balanced amounts. Seafood, nuts, seeds, and whole grains provide zinc and copper in ratios your body has evolved to handle. After learning about this connection, Ellen reduced her zinc supplementation and added copper-rich foods to her diet. Her doctor also prescribed a brief course of copper supplements to restore her levels. Within weeks, the tingling in her feet began to improve, and her leg strength gradually returned. Have you experienced unusual sensations in your legs or feet while taking supplements? Type Balance in the comments if you're rethinking your approach to mineral supplementation after hearing Ellen's story. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Vitamin number 7, synthetic B1, thiamine mononitrate. This is the vitamin I promised to tell you about, the one almost no one realizes could be affecting their leg strength when taken in the wrong form. Margaret, a 71-year-old grandmother of 5, took a B-complex vitamin every day for energy. The label proudly advertised high-potency B vitamins for senior vitality. Yet despite her faithful supplementation, Margaret found herself struggling with unexplained leg cramps, muscle weakness, and fatigue. The hidden culprit? The form of vitamin B1 in her supplement, thiamine mononitrate, a synthetic form that many seniors cannot properly convert to its active form in the body. Vitamin B1 is absolutely essential for energy production and nerve function, particularly in your legs, which contain long nerve pathways. Without active B1, these nerves can't function properly, leading to weakness, pain, and poor coordination. As we age, our ability to convert synthetic B vitamins into their active forms decreases significantly. This means many seniors taking standard B-complex vitamins might as well be taking a placebo. Their bodies cannot use what they're consuming. The difference between synthetic and active forms is substantial. Research has shown that active forms of B1 like thiamine pyrophosphate or benfotiam are much more bioavailable and effective, especially for nerve health and energy production in older adults. The solution is straightforward but requires careful label reading. Look for B-complex vitamins that contain active or coenzyme forms of B1. Instead of thiamine mononitrate or thiamine hydrochloride, look for benfotiamine, thiamine pyrophosphate, or thiamine diphosphate on the label. These active forms bypass the conversion step your body struggles with as you age, delivering the vitamin in a form your cells can immediately use to produce energy and maintain proper nerve function. For Margaret, switching to a B-complex with active forms made a noticeable difference within just 3 weeks. "The heaviness in my legs is going away," she told me during our walking group. "I can make it around the park without needing to sit down now." Beyond supplements, incorporate B1-rich foods like beans, peas, nuts, and whole grains into your diet. These natural sources provide B1 alongside complementary nutrients that enhance absorption and utilization. Have you noticed a difference in your energy or strength when changing vitamin brands or forms? Your experience might hold the key to helping others who are struggling with similar issues. Share your story in the comments below. Our community grows stronger when we learn from each other. What I've shared with you today isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. Remember, these vitamins aren't inherently bad. They're essential nutrients your body needs. The problems arise when they're taken in the wrong forms, excessive amounts, or without their necessary partners. Think about Eleanor, whom I mentioned at the beginning. After learning about these vitamin pitfalls and making some simple changes to her supplement routine, she's back to tending her garden and walking her beloved dog every morning. "I thought my independence was slipping away," she told me recently. "I never imagined my vitamins could be part of the problem." Your legs are your freedom. They carry you to see grandchildren, to dance at weddings, to explore new places, or simply to move around your home with dignity and independence. Protecting their strength isn't just about physical health, it's about protecting your quality of life. I encourage you to take a moment today to check your supplement cabinet. Look at the forms of vitamins you're taking. Consider speaking with a healthcare provider knowledgeable about senior nutrition before your next refill. If this information has helped you or someone you care about, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue providing vital health information for our community of seniors. And I'd love to hear from you. Has your experience with supplements affected your mobility or strength? Share your story in the comments below. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean weakening. With the right knowledge and choices, your golden years can be strong, active, and vibrant.